Hey guys, Dan here for BladeReviews.com, and today I am taking a look at the Iain Sinclair CardSharp 2. Now, people following my YouTube channel may recall that I recorded a video review of this knife a few months back. That was something of a half-baked review, and now that I've received some feedback and had some more time to test this knife out, I'd like to provide some more complete thoughts. So let's start things off with a size comparison between the CardSharp 2 and this grocery store frequent shopper card. This card here has the same length and width of a credit card, but it is a little bit thinner. And speaking of the thickness or how thin stuff is, you can see here the CardSharp 2 is 2.2 millimeters thick, and that's about the same as two credit cards stacked on top of each other. Weight of the CardSharp 2 is 0.45 ounces or 13 grams. So what this leaves us with is an incredibly lightweight package, and it's perfect for a wallet. Now, speaking of which, I've had no problem at all carrying this knife in my wallet for the past 4 months. I prefer a very minimalist EDC, and I use a slim wallet as part of my daily carry. So the fact that the CardSharp 2 has gone unnoticed in my wallet for so long is just a testament to the design here. This is a knife that you will truly forget is in your pocket, and I really like that about the CardSharp 2. Now, the caveat here for the CardSharp 2 is that it really isn't intended for hard use, and it will definitely not be a replacement for your dedicated EDC knife. Instead, I see the CardSharp 2 as a backup knife, or even a backup for your backup knife. It really is meant only for small tasks and in those situations where you may not have your regular knife with you. It's absolutely not meant for any kind of hard use, and I'd say breaking down a cardboard box is about as far as I would ever want to go with this little CardSharp 2. So let's take a closer look at how this knife folds together. To start off here, you will need to move this lock until all the green is covered. And once the lock is disengaged like that, you can pop the blade out and you can snap the handle together. It just folds together very simply. So here's your fully assembled knife. Now, the blade is made of some sort of stainless steel. Iain Sinclair calls it a surgical steel and just leaves it at that. So what we have here is some sort of mystery steel. I've spent a fair amount of time actually using and resharpening this knife, so I've got some experience with it, and I can say it's a very soft steel. It's easy to sharpen, and it's capable of actually taking a pretty decent edge, but it will not hold that edge forever, however. So I kind of liken it to 420 HC, which for a little knife like this, I think it's going to be plenty fine. The handle here is made entirely out of plastic. I know that disappointed some people with my old video, but I really haven't had any issues with the plastic handle at all. I've made a point here to fold and unfold the knife a lot. I've carried it in my wallet, and I've carried it in my back pocket. I've sat on the knife repeatedly. I've worked all the snaps many times, and I've yet to run into any issues. So while I agree that it would be really cool to have this knife in carbon fiber or some other more exotic material, I don't see how they could have done that for the current $25 price tag. And plus, the handle has, in truth, it's held up really well. So let's take a look at how I like to use this knife. You can see that there is a thumb ramp and an area for your finger here. And despite these kind of nice ergonomic features, I really prefer to use this knife in a pinch grip. The reason I like to do that is because this blade just snaps together and it can come apart without too much force. With a pinch grip, you get no blade play at all, and you're still able to hold the knife and use the knife easily. So that pretty much takes us through all the features of the knife, covered pretty much everything I wanted to say about the materials and stuff. To wrap things up, I just wanted to give you kind of a word of warning here. I would not try and take this knife on an airplane or anything like that. It would definitely get confiscated, and if TSA was smart enough to figure out how to fold it together, they might really raise some eyebrows, because it does kind of look like a shank. And I think it's important to talk about this because this is just such an easy knife to forget about. So if you happen to be a frequent flyer, or maybe you work in an area with a lot of security checkpoints like a courthouse, then I may not recommend this as an EDC knife for you. Also, you just want to double check your laws wherever you live. It's got a 3-inch blade, which is legal in a lot of places, but maybe if you're over in England or something, it may not be 100% legal. Alright guys, so what are my final thoughts on the CardSharp 2? Well, if you like credit card knives, are a fan of high design, or are simply looking for a backup knife that you can totally forget about, then yeah, I can recommend the CardSharp 2. It's a very cool design and it weighs practically nothing. However, if you're looking to replace your EDC knife, or you want something that's capable of doing anything beyond light duty, then I would suggest looking for something else. Alright guys, thanks so much for watching. Please let me know if you have any comments or questions. Again, this is Dan for BladeReviews.com. Be safe, take care, and I'll be back soon with another knife review.